Ghana Federation for the Disabled, Yao Ofori Deborah.
In the country have two closely related issues for you to address for them. In the first place, the 2010 population census indicates that the number of persons with disability in the country has grown from 10% to 20%, which translates into almost 5 million people with disabilities in the country. And, Mr. President, there is a segment of our population who cannot hear or speak. And for that matter, they are cut out of the country. And for that matter, as you are addressing the nation, they are isolated. Mr. President, the deaf in the country cannot communicate to their families. They cannot communicate to the people within their community. They cannot access many of the service provisions in the country, including hospitals. This is because Ghana has failed to develop sign language as one of our rich heritage. As a social democrat, do you have an appreciation for this situation? And if you do, what action, and I mean specific action, do you intend to employ to address this issue, and within which specific time limit do you want to do that? And closely related to this is inclusive education. As we have already said, the population has grown, and for that matter, many of the residential schools for persons with disability, especially the children, are not able to respond to their educational needs. But inclusive education allows persons with disability to have their education within their own communities. This is the phenomenon that is flowing across the globe. Will your administration, if given the nod, address or adopt this policy so that persons with disability across all the crannies and nooks of this country access education? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In my delivery, when I was speaking about where we need to invest additionally in terms of education, I mentioned special needs. Special needs investment is low. We need to increase it so that children with special needs in terms of learning will be able to also have access to a quality education. And so that's one of the issues that I raised, and we have a commitment to that. We've made some progress in Ghana. In the past, there's no way that this function would have been telecast simultaneously with sign language, translation. And I noticed that for most TV stations now, they have somebody doing the translation in sign language. It was not the case before, but okay, my attention has been drawn. I've seen him. But as I'm speaking, there's somebody translating what I'm saying, so that those who cannot hear, can also follow what is going on. And so that is some progress that we've made. But we should continue to build on that progress. We cannot just leave it there and think that that kind of tokenism that we have done to our brothers who have, some disability is enough. These are brothers and sisters. They have special challenges. We passed the disability bill. We have said that work permits that are building permits that are issued should incorporate, accessibility for persons with disability. And I, as Vice President, I said it, a few months ago, and said that building permits should not be issued for public buildings that do not show that they've incorporated access for persons with disability. As Vice President then, I'm repeating it as President, building permits for public buildings must not be issued if they do not provide access for persons with disability. At the time, I didn't have the ability to fire, but I guess that with an enhanced firing ability, probably they would listen to me better this time. So that's something. I also He spoke about inclusive education. I was honored to attend university with a very fantastic colleague. He's blind. He's now the chief director in one of the ministries. And it did not serve as a bar. You know, we studied together, went to lectures together. You know, he took his notes in Braille. He did his exams in Braille. And he's a very highly qualified lawyer today. Disability should not be inability. I think that what we can do, disabled people or physically challenged people can do. And so we need to do our best to make sure that they are included. I mean, depending on where you are, you might not have access to special needs education. And that's how come, at least in every district, we must make sure that we have a special needs department that makes sure that it provides for the needs of this category of our population. Thank you.